from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong with them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipob massacre, Ipob massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I got that day. Remember when me tell you say I got that day. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a papa look. But then when we go, me tell you what I look on the walk on this mirror. Me tell you what I day. For we the front and the rest of man I tell you what I do. Me know back and forth. Me tell them
Fallen heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, forever be a part.
They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of our people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipob massacre, Ipob massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali, 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 Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm following you.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause we to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire, yeah.
They paid the ultimate price. Yeah. They died for the freedom of unborn child. Yeah. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Ipob massacre, Ipob massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself
We
in the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on and hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion.
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism, people feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, then perhaps it is better we all perish. They don't ever consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see it.
I need Biafra freedom. We Biafrans, we need Biafra freedom. For this, I decided, even to die, that Biafra must have its own freedom.
I want us to work systematically towards the establishment of a good, progressive, and democratic society where all vestiges of privilege and social injustice will be abolished, and the rich contribute more for the welfare of the poor. If civil war comes, and I do think it is imminent, you're quite right, it will for us be the price of freedom. Our people here have for a long time been prepared for this eventuality, and I am confident of their readiness. I think that when it does come, that the people on the other side would be surprised as to what they're going to get. And I'm confident that it will not last long.
We'll surely come out as a nation because we're fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
This is what Biafra is, the end of the journey for a persecuted, massacred, pursued people. We have made all attempts at a democratic resolution of this crisis. I have offered open elections, plebiscite. I have offered just an open carte blanche suggestion, anybody who can find a democratic way of finding out the wishes of the people, let him suggest it and we will go for it.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Holy, holy.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a movement that I lead. You think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very evening program. I appreciate everyone who has connected wherever you are connecting from. Like and share the program on your platform. Like and share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Invite someone to join us on this program so that we can make our voice heard. It is very important. We have continued to create awareness and enlighten Biafran people on the need to obey the instruction from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you look at the title I chose this evening, it said, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu really wants from Ipob members now will surprise many Biafrans worldwide. And you'll be wondering, what does Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want from the Ipob members now? What does he want? Have you asked yourself? What is our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, expecting us to do? Remember, every single one of us, we are part of Ipob family. And whenever we speak about Ipob, we are talking about our family. Please detach your mind from the people who are peddling their lies and propaganda, creating a narrative that doesn't make sense, that will tell you that Ipob is an organization, Ipob is owned by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ipob is dissolved. This is an idiotic narrative that must not allow to survive. Each time you hear about Ipob under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is the family of Biafra. It belongs to you. It belongs to me. Every one of us is part of it. Do not listen to some mischievous people who will come and tell you that Ipob is an organization, even though their own nonsense they are parading is also registered as an organization. So many of them that are talking that nonsense have not seen the registration of what they are promoting. So many of them, they have not seen the registration of the nonsense they are promoting. I decided not to be showing all those things until one day when they are going to come to my platform again to ask unnecessary questions. Then I will show them the registration of the nonsense they are promoting to be a government. You said you have a government built on lies. And because of that, you want to talk down on the IPOB family. I want every one of you to know, I don't have anything against you and your group. All those your mushroom group you build left, right, and center. It is okay if you know what you are doing. Focus on it. My focus is not in your mushroom group. You can build any mushroom group you like. You can build any mushroom group you like. Feel free to build any mushroom group you like, no problem. But I want you to know that anytime you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak, or anytime I talk about IPOB, I am talking about IPOB family. And anybody that is part of this agitation is part of the IPOB family. Do not allow the bunch of clowns and idiots who come to create a different narrative. They come to create a different narrative to make themselves relevant. And they will tell you Ipob is an organization. They will tell you Ipob is non-existence. They will tell you there is nothing like Ipob. When the supreme leader of the struggle, the supreme leader himself, have reborn IPOB. We know when they were trying to change IPOB to political pressure group. That is when we saw it as a complete organization that belonged to some group of people. They changed it to organization and they were trying everything they can to use it as an organization, to use it as a pressure group under Shigerism. And that was the problem we had with them. That was the problem of Mazi. Mazi Simon is not having a problem with that. He had a problem with the leadership then, what they were doing. The leadership then, that was where the problem lies. And we have waited for this day to come, and finally, it has come. And finally today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have recovered and redeemed IPOB. If you don't believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am sorry for you. You are free to go and you are free to believe in anything you want, anything you want to do, anything you want to pursue. It is your right. Freedom of association, freedom of expression is one thing that is guaranteed in Biafra land. We are Republicans and we are free to take any path we want to take. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the supreme leader of IPOB family, of which every Biafran agitator is part of it. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have redeemed that family. Anybody that is not comfortable with that is an enemy. It is very easy to know people who are not in the structure. When we talk about the structure, to know them, very, very easy to know them. Those who are not in the structure. And when we speak about this structure, some of you think we are joking. We are not joking. It is the truth. If you are part of the structure, you will know. If you see somebody who is not part of the structure, you will know. You don't need any ceremony to know. All you need to, by their actions, they say by their fruit, we shall know them. By their behavior, you can identify them. By the way they act, by the way they behave, it is very easy to know. There is only one leader in this struggle for self-determination that is known not just by Biafran people, known by the international community. Only one name and one person, only one image that represent this struggle. They are not two. Only one image. Even when Mazi Simon was in charge, he never walked away from that image. He made sure that that image remains in the front line at all the time. So anybody that comes out today to tell you that he or she is fighting for Biafra, and you refuse to abide by the instruction coming from the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sorry, you are your own. You are on your own. The IPOB family is for all of us. We are all members of IPOB family. Anybody that tells you that IPOB is an organization, ask that person to show you the registration of his own organization. Whatever they are presenting, ask them to give you the registration so that you can see what are they registered as. Anybody, anywhere you see somebody come and tell you, oh, don't follow IPOB family, don't talk about IPOB family because they're not going to ask the person to show you the registration of the place he represents. Ask them to show you. It's not by talking. Or you ask the person, have you seen the registration of the organization you are defending? That organization, is it registered as what? Ask them, as what are they registered, where they are registered? If they cannot show you, come back to my platform, come on my live stream, join me live, ask me the question. I will show you the registration. You will read for yourself. The registration of every single organization in this struggle. I will show you all of it. You will judge for yourself. Do not be confused. Do not be deceived. We must defend our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by fire, by force. If you want freedom, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a solution. If you don't want freedom, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi is today, he's going to be very, very happy that finally what he has said before has happened. He will be very happy. And I will be the happiest person to see him come out very soon. I will be the happiest person to see my prime minister come out and also my supreme leader out, so that all these shenanigans, all these riffraffs, all this mushroom talk and discussion and questions will end once and for all. It is unfortunate that some clowns are even praying that they shouldn't come out. That is why they come and talk about continuity. And I ask them, continue from what? What are you continuing? What do you understand by continuity? They will ask you, do you believe in continuity? Before you answer any idiot about that question, do you believe in continuity? Ask that person, continuity on what? The continuity you are talking about, is it based on what? Is it continuity of the structure from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Samareba? Or continuity of their own personal agenda? The only continuity we are part of and believe. Continuity is just an English language. You can use it any way you want to use it. But if you want to use it to generalize, to confuse people, you can only confuse those who want to be confused. I believe in continuity. I strongly believe in continuity 100%. And the continuity I'm talking about is the continuity on the structure of the IPOB from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Samareba. You have just seen what transpired. The example is very clear. You look at the creation of the Brigade by Mazi Samareba. Look at the creation of the Liberation Army by Mazi Samareba. It is continuity, building on the foundation, not laying a new foundation. You don't lay a new foundation. You build on the foundation that have laid. That is the structure. Once you begin to lay a different foundation, you are out. You can't call that continuity. So when anybody tell you about continuity, ask that person, continuity based on what? What are you continuing? Are you continuing to lie? Continue to deceive? Continue to misinform? Is that the continuity we are talking about? Or you're talking about continuing to be truthful? The foundation of IPOB family was laid on truth. And the structure of the family is simple and straight. Once you're out, you're out. You had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the video I played. He said, if you don't believe in what we are doing, you better get out. Get out. Simple. Go and form your own. Pursue your own freedom the way you want to pursue it. We are not stopping you. You must be at alert. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the face of the liberation of Biafra. If you want to be free, you must align with the supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Except you don't want to be free. If you genuinely want to be free, you must align with him. That is the path to freedom. That is the path to our safety and security. That is the path to go. Any other thing is fake, deceit, and distraction. And I thank Chukwu Gabian for the rebirth of IPOB family. IPOB does not belong to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It does not belong to his family. It belongs to you. It belongs to me. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that any day he deviates, we can turn our back on him. But my question is, has he deviated? The answer is no. Has he deviated? The big answer is no, he has not. So why are you turning your back on him? Why are you pushing your lies and propaganda against him? Why are you creating distractions? He has not deviated. Why are you campaigning against him? Why are you disobeying his orders? The only reason is because you lack knowledge. You are envious. Your ego, pride cannot allow you to pursue the collective interest of the people. You are pursuing your own personal interest, your personal relevance and gratification. But and I tell you, as you continue to pursue that, you will not end well. You will never, never, ever end well. And the earlier you wake up and understand the right thing, the better for you. So, my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, wherever you're watching from, this evening we are going to go into the media as we always do, to present you what they have in their media, discussions. From there we can get those that concern us and those we have to look into. As we always do all the time, today we are still going to go back and present you what they have in their media, so that you wouldn't say you were not told or you did not hear. We will try as much as possible to break information down for you to understand. We do not want anybody to be taken unaware. We want to make sure that everybody is carried along. We want to make sure that we are understood, and we want to make sure we engage. The propaganda and blackmail against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is so much, against the Biafran struggle, against Mazi Samoneba. And that is why we need to pay attention to their media. Listen to what they say and debunk those lies when they throw them. So let us go to their media and hear what they have to say.
Presenters in different parastatals and agencies, as well as Nigerians wanting a country that works. So what we do is we highlight some of the weaknesses of the government, we highlight the vulnerabilities of those who claim to represent us, and we help them understand what they have refused to comprehend. That's what we do. So sometimes it could be out of shot with reality when you are, ensconced in a glass house and all that surrounds you is opulence and a real sense of psychoanalysis. That is, persons who just try as much as possible to be psychophants around you without telling you precisely what is going on. So when we have these conversations, and those who happen to be exposed to it will obviously tell you the truth that, hey, Mr. President, hey, Mr. Governor, Mr. Councillor, Mr. Local Government Chairman, this is not the reality, the deep reality of Nigerians who actually are following up with what you're doing. And this is how they feel with some of these policies of yours that they consider not to be people friendly. So that's why we have the conversations around here. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. My analyst this evening, where we're going to talk about very important issues, is Barrister Darlington Abuwa. Barrister Darlington, how are you?
Once again, I'm fine.
First of all, you were not here yesterday, but I said it on the air. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm not in your house, but I believe that you're responsible to your kids and your family members. So happy Father's Day to you. Unfortunately, though, that role towards me, because ever since last week that I celebrated my birthday, all you did is mask, Barrister Darlington. You didn't show fatherly role by buying me something or celebrating me, So I was thinking that with all the cookies I'm placing you would have done something incredible for me, Even the so-called 9,200 naira, none of it has shown any evidence or any face. So Barrister Darlington, I'm getting there, man. What is going on? Yes, no. How am I spoiling it? I haven't witnessed your family now. So I have every right to complain. Yes, Barrister Darlington. You got to wait, Barrister Darlington. What concrete in what sense? Barrister, as a father, you extend unlimited love to your children. You don't expect anything in return. All you expect in return is gratitude. Yes, I'm a child. Am I not? Yes. To my parents, including you, Barrister Darlington. No. What? What? Okay, so what do you want to call me? What is it? Baby. Okay, I mean baby. You see that baby needs care from their fathers. Exactly, and you're not performing in that regard. So what other things is kindly remind me we have developed a major in the space of a very short period. To do what, Barrister? So that is why you have not celebrated my birthday. You haven't given me anything. Igbo man. Igbo man. So what? Yes, no. It's not for the love of God. Oh, so there must be something else. So until I say yes, that is when you will now do what you ought to do as a father. So all this by happy Father's Day to you don't waste. Don't fly on top of your head. Use your head when they shine. You don't waste. You get to savor in it. But what is the father? Wait, Marisa, let me tell you something, because I know you're old school, so let me remind you. Yes, see, things have changed. It's not like that. Let me tell you now, so that I think you're out of touch with how things are done these days. And although some of our guys, I don't know what happens, some women have hurt them, so they don't know how to be romantic. So Barrister, to be romantic, you woo a woman, you buy her stuff, you write her letters. I like letters, you serenade me, you woo me gently, you shut down the entire Lagos, clear up all the stores, sign off your properties. It gives me that evidence that yes, it's your ground, it is solid. Yes, now that's how they do it. Who will die? Who's going to die in the process? Oh, boy, yes, now. Oh, my love now. Barrister, if not a Igbo Igbo, I would have called you Ijebu man. Even the Ijebu said try, then they release You never know waiting. I only want pizza. One pizza. Barrister. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Igbo Dimpas. You see them, all these cheese. Let you go, but they will not release it. That's how they are. So we must agree.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, so Garlington. Anyway, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
So I know you're a good dad to your
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Barista has beautiful children. You need to see his daughter. Very neat, very beautiful young lady. And his son as well. His son who doesn't give you peace. Barista, happy Father's Day to you. I hope your kids or church were able to celebrate you. They did, right? So in church yesterday, they asked mothers to surprise, that is, family members to surprise their dads with gifts and animate their dads either when they're happy, when they're angry. It was quite theatrical in church yesterday. It was fun, very much fun, Barrister. We also told the dads to back babies, see how they can do all those stuff. It was beautiful to witness yesterday in church yesterday, and it was quite amazing. It was bonding time. So, Barrister Alexander, welcome to the program this evening. I know you've been here since the beginning. I want to say thank you for your consistency and dedication to impact knowledge and for us to have a good Nigeria. Even though I agree with some of your analysis, but we don't all need to agree to everything. So, Barrister, for a country grappling with the deep trust deficits in its democracy, the recent leak of classified voter information linked to an electoral officer is clearly a red flag that must be ignored as Nigeria is inching towards another electoral cycle. So the media advisor to Minister of the FCT, I'm sure you recall that story, Mr. Iriolaika triggered alarm when he posted screenshots containing the personal voter details of contestants, the NDC's primary, senatorial primary, and obviously a novel actor, Mr. Emeka Ike. I'm sure you're very aware of that. That particular page shared Ike, who was an aspirant in the Amaguari Federal Constituency House of Reps primaries under the National Democratic Congress. He transferred his INEC registration from Imo State on May 15th. So they were allowing her to prove a certain point, decided to display that. And since then, everybody became scared as to how certain persons have access to bank data of the INEC portal. And up till now, we haven't heard any official response in terms of punitive measures or something that would say there is a form of discipline that was enacted on Dario Laika. We only heard that the police invited him, INEC came to tell us that it was an official within INEC that released that sensitive data to Dario Laika and that no other person has access to the back end and they've been able to supposedly sack whoever it is or punish whoever it is. And that's where it died down. There was no disciplinary measure, nothing happened. And everybody has said this is a crossing discipline that Nigerians are experiencing within this dispensation where people do whatever it is they like and there's no commitments, no punishable measures, nothing. Even the courts seem not to be as severe in when they hand out judgments towards certain issues like this. In some instances, office officials who even obey such court injunctions. Well, in that regard, Barrister, there were complaints about just completed Ekiti governorship elections about massive road buying that was witnessed, and there were talks about certain persons having given a thumbprinted ballot paper. Let me play a video of a young man who actually participated in the exercise, saying that INEC gave him an already thumbprinted ballot paper to participate, and that he had to cry out and say no, he's not going to accept that. INEC was apologizing for that. Listen to this.
Ballot paper that has been completed already. And they now saying I'm overreacting that I should just cut it down. I cannot cut it down. This is my right. How would you give a ballot paper that has been completed already and you ask me to vote so my vote will now come to void? Who told you to come down? The officials and the police and the no safety. How was it? They gave me another ballot paper, which I'm satisfied with. But I cannot vote. I'm not an illiterate. I cannot vote in a stamped ballot paper. What's your full name? My name is Sopana Okaori. Additionally, sir, how can you describe I cannot describe the whole process. I can only describe the process of my unit. And what happened is a mistake from the INEC official. My name is Sopana Okaori.
So this also elicited more fears about the 2027 elections
when you're already saying that maybe so many ballot papers have already been fabricated. There were talks about voters' cards of persons, uncollected PVCs of certain persons were distributed at some poll units to individuals who just massively use it as a means to accredit themselves and go on to vote. Vote by, there was a young lady that went viral on social media saying that ABC for life, they gave her 15,000 naira, and she was happy about it. And it's not like Nigerians don't understand the disadvantage or right of this kind of practices, but it's either that or there's a weaponization of poverty. And imagine them doing this in 3 different poll units. They would have amassed almost 100,000 naira, and political system is heavily, transactional or monetized. What's your take?
Esther, it is unfortunate that the person in Nigeria can see Nigeria. Seriously. And to make matters worse, the person in charge of the silence is a professor of law, Esther. At that height, there is nothing more to prevent. When you are not to the level of a professor, there is no other to push. And so you expected to do the right thing as an educated man, but you are hard as a disappointment. It's not the degree, it is your capacity to do what is right. Seriously. The problem of this country today is nobody educated elites. They are the ones messing up to reach. Yeah? Everywhere they have that is the appointment to manage, they mess it up. So what is the need for the education expert? Hold on. What is the need for the education? Because when you educate at all levels, but Nigeria is where it is because of the Esther. Challenge me if I'm lying. All the institutions who have been compromising it, who have been doing the wrong thing there, is it not educating people? You see, when they are counting their degree, you think that they are doing more than God. But to perform in office, not perform. Look at what this next chairman is doing after making all the promises. Somebody will come and defend it now. He cannot be everywhere. He cannot be everywhere. Are you serious? Is it not the matching order you gave your lieutenants or your subordinates that will carry out? Is it not what you told them that they will carry out? And so what are you doing? Has this time shown example with one person or one political party? None. All the electoral acts, all the conditions and they have been violated right, left, and center. Yet no sanction. So why did you put it not in place? Esther, I am afraid. I am really, really afraid seriously. Because these people, they are not even in that they are not showing any sign that yes, they are want to change things. They want to in this age and time, somebody is buying food in Nigeria. Somebody is buying food. And the party in charge are in concern, they are not even bothered. They see it as normal thing that is Nigerian politics. So this is what you are going to hand over to this generation. We'll start this is what you are going to hand over to them. Is that not true? Tomorrow somebody will go, how did we get here? We got here because of what you did yesterday. That's it. What you did yesterday is the reason why we got here. In your small corner, you didn't know that small thing you are doing here. It will now multiply and then you get into the society and you become a traditional culture. And you get it. It is this. Esther, you say this is an APC increase in Nigeria. A day will come. When all of them will say, we didn't know now. We didn't know now. They would never accept that yes, they did it wrong. Never. They would never agree or accept it. Meanwhile, they are the source of this sin. Nigeria was more like this when they took over. Everybody is aware of that. So how come under your word you want to put aside? How come? Esther, it is because somebody conducted or somebody was prosecuted of it before the election. And the man was very, very sincere to this election. Even though I wasn't, I didn't like what happened. And he started reform, electoral reform. It was for Ghana. Such a man is Esther. Is he not a businessman? Is he not sincere? But what do you have with this? Everything, as long as you sincere as long as they get, they will accept it. Remember what happened with the primary center when figures were allocated in a limited number, and they go present on responsibility without that grassroots politics. Where figures are what are allocated and dashed out and falling politics. This quality, this Nigeria now that everybody is destroying, have just started to think of the repercussions tomorrow. So, do you know what will happen tomorrow if this system continues? We may not have a Nigeria. That is not the ultimate end. So, why are you not thinking about it? Hold on. Why are you not thinking about it, including your supporters? How can this system be built in Nigeria? How? How can Nigeria be recognized and be respected anywhere in the world within that process that you're doing? And you know that what is the global village? Foreign observers came to that election, two of us. They will go home with this contest. Tomorrow, why is the marketing Nigeria? Why is you are the one marketing Nigeria? Say it. You are the one that this foreign observer, would they go and tell their country and their news the channels what they saw in Nigeria? Would they go and tell them? They will go and report what they saw in Nigeria. And when they begin to tell you that it is, you start lamenting. You start looking for somebody to blame for what it costs, for the problem he created. Can't we for once say, look, this is where we are going, what we want. If Tinubu said today that there should be no rigging in the elections, that the election was free and fair, and he did it, starting with his own party. Is that not the way to do? Will a position now come and do the otherwise? Tell me. If the ruling party said this is what we want, this is how we want it, will no position do otherwise? They won't try it now. They will not try it. But when you are the one destroying everything in the name of politics, how can you blame people tomorrow if they join you in what you are doing? And so, who will not repair Nigeria? Who will repair Nigeria? Are you serious? With this thing they are doing now, do you know that to do the right thing now, Esther, is like you are normal? Are you aware? In Nigeria today,
it's the political psychopaths who try to defend every sort of nonsense.
Yes, if you do the right thing and they say, and then you judge, that is because at the end of the day, if you do the right thing now, what to do, what they want to do, they will see you as this. Is that how Nigeria will bring the better? Make sure they live where in the Western world where this type of thing can happen. And people are just moving about that since nothing happened. Esther, it is really unfortunate, seriously. Unthinkable, Esther, unthinkable. Do you know what embarrasses me? The courts are no longer to be recognized. The courts. A court will be judgment. And somebody will not obey what the court says until the next. And it has remained like that. Esther, it has remained like that until today. Is that the country? That's the marketing Nigeria. Stop crossing Nigeria. You are the one doing it. You are the one doing it. It's not that people are not telling you it. The fact that just tell us that they for Tinubu's election. For doing what? No, mention those things every time before. Is it the corruption fight? Is it in the economy? Is it in security? Is it in politics? What exactly has it done?
They said they described the administration's commitment to economic reforms, infrastructure development, and national stability.
Esther, please, hold on. Please.
No, that's what they say. That's what the Yoruba Council of
Let me tell you why. Whenever I have raised an issue, I don't try to be example. Good. Esther, economic reform have you? Did they mention that particular economic reform? This thing that happened in the upstream sector, I am not raising an issue over that matter. You cannot tell me that you are doing reform and then you somebody completed a financial infraction in his own office. Instead of you to prosecute him and collect the money, so you should go with the money. I'm talking of Benga Komelafe. Esther, do you know how much? Or do you know what 5 trillion naira can do to one region if you invest that kind of money in that region? And then $1.4 billion that Tinubu said Komelafe should leave the office and go with it. The National Assembly are calling on you. You should now wake up. Go and investigate the reasons why that money was let go like that. They should call the Komelafe and collect that money from him, but that's not his money. That money is too big to allow one man to go away with it. For what? Is that part of the reform? On what ground did people say that man should go with that money? On what ground? On what ground? Just let it explain. Is that part of the reform? Esther, I just told you something in news analysis. Tinubu want to go and borrow $560 million to build the Sokoto Badagry highway. Is that not true? Meanwhile, you have allowed somebody in Nigeria, a state official, to go away with 1.4 billion. Esther, can Nigeria tell them, Komelafe, we are begging you, give us this money we want to borrow from IMF and World Bank. If you give us that money, Esther, the man will see actually over 900 million. We see me with the 5 trillion naira. Esther, please, how do you run a country like this for possible? You put away money.
It's quite unfortunate. And I thought that this would be highlighted. Today there was a blockade at your state over the detainment of, let's say, these children in captivity along with the teachers.
So already telling you that people through that.
Yes, that's what he's claiming that he knows about. Meanwhile, the Nigerian army and police are saying that these guys are no longer demanding extremely, but so they've surrounded them and they're kind of weakened. We don't know the state of those children still in captivity. Meanwhile, we are also hearing that gunmen killed at least 18 to 22 people in a fresh overnight attack on the Kawel and communities in Mushere district of Bokos local government area in Plateau State. This armed assailants raided villages in the early hours, leaving schools injured, displacing residents. In fact, at this moment, the assailants stormed the community at around 1:20 a.m., shooting indiscriminately before troops of Sector 5 Operation Enduring Peace arrived and recovered 18 bodies. Normally, when we hear of issues like this, they only report the number of persons murdered, but we're hearing between 18 to 22. They say the assassinations were targeted. June 16 got and killed Sam Malaket, the district head of Wande, further escalated grief in the Bokos Christian community. Bokos has been a recurring hotspot for violent attacks. This just happened, okay, and somebody just dead bodies, women and children are casualties of this dastardly act. It's quite unfortunate with what is ongoing, but because of that, the United States, led by House of Rep member Ronnie Trump, they're presenting the targeted killings of Christians at the House. In fact, they say it has become unrelenting that he even had to come to Nigeria to see for himself, all of this, what is going on, and they had testimonies about victims, how their children were murdered, how their own babies were murdered. He said he went to one of the camps in Benue where he got a truckload of events that transpired, and he said it's not even something the human ear can consume. And we're hearing that this could affect action of this administration in 2027. They said they blame the Chinese government of illegal mining here, and then they want employing this extremists to decapitate and supposedly desert these villages. And the Nigerian government is very much aware of these guys. We also hear of them having access to our oil wells, certain agreements. We're also hearing northern affiliates like the Sheikh having several oil wells below to them. You can have a lot of them having 6 or 8 oil wells, sometimes 40 oil wells, just go there and there. Meanwhile, the treasures in their regions are not shared with the rest of Nigerians. So they mentioned all of this, and they talks about that this has become a dangerous platform. It feels like the effort the Nigerian military makes worse insecurity becomes. There's a video, if you're watching us on YouTube, there's a video of Benetucci indicating proof of life with all his Kalashnikovs, AK-47 weapons, and they're all wearing military and police fatigues. We aren't. You see these guys on the very search. You may not decipher who is a genuine military person or police. They were all with the firms. One Sheikh Benetucci was speaking, indicating proof of life. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see that video where Benetucci is talking. He was making statements in Hausa. Barrister, it's worrisome to see this. And sometimes when these crimes happen, we don't get to hear it in the news. It's like they're trying to cover up some of these events for certain reasons.
Esther, there is nothing that will now shock or surprise me about this. I'm not joking. They have crossed the people as far as I'm concerned because everything that makes a government is less than we are just operating on the fringes of life. I'm not joking. Everything that makes the government have left Nigeria. You mean in Nigeria where terrorists are now in control and in charge? Where terrorists are making selfies, appearing on social media, nobody reprimands them. Nobody talks to them. Is that a government? I'm talking of terrorists. They know their location, they know their address, they know their phone number, yet nothing has been done to apprehend them. What are you telling me here? Are you going to have faith in such a government? No, tell me. Where soldiers, generals are being slaughtered, and heaven is not war. So anybody trying to believe in this government, you are just being psychopathic. This is not a patriotism, no. You are deceiving yourself. If you don't call out these people, how can they be good? How can they change? How can Nigeria be repaired? If you believing that what are you supporting? You're supporting evil. Yes, I mentioned everybody that supported evil, and then
nobody says just that whenever these issues come up, nobody likes to talk about it. Can imagine that
so
when this report came out, the police PRO, alright, that is the Kano State Police Command, SV Alfred Anabo, said that as of now they are yet to receive any official report on the incident. Now when they get an official report about the incident, they'll brief you if there is anything like that. You know, sometimes police takes their time before they report any of these incidents. You said they got an alert by 12, although they came in by 11, where they were shooting indiscriminately and they killed persons. And the youth leaders called others who tried to reach out to the police, you know, especially Operation Enduring Peace. The 3rd Division of the Nigerian Army, Captain Chinonso Polikapote, disclosed to correspondents that he's yet to receive an official report on the incident. So it feels like the residents and people are meant to be wary to protect themselves and their territory.
Esther, in the entire northern region, this is security. You cannot move from a distance of Oshodi to Maryland without seeing one semblance of checkpoint on the other. Who of us?
Very true.
So how come this like this will be happening and somebody is telling you you have not gotten an official report? Something that happened under your own watch. Is it today? How many times has it happened next time? Remember the Dapchi Johnson, what happened? That place was under coffee. The place the coffee there because of the security.
My issue is that we heard about Benetucci and being captured for one reason or the other. But Benetucci had the guts and the audacity to do a video displaying proof of life, along with other affiliates.
How many times did they tell you that they captured the body? When they captured that APC, about President Kari, did that mean now they are looking for him that days are not back to catch him? Is that not what they told us?
Yes.
So what happens in that country now? Esther, you can see deceit. You can see deceit. So how invisible is Toby Bello, somebody from Nigeria? How invisible is it that nobody can catch him, Esther? The Nigerian army cannot catch him. What are they doing for? What are they doing with him? What are they doing?
I really don't understand. In as much as we are saying sustained effort for 2020. There's an accelerated process for their trial. I think last week they had about death sentences, given on some of these individuals, but they feel that the trial process is slow. Execution of judgments of these individuals are quite slow, and they still carry out the killings. For Bello Tuji at this moment, if you're watching us on YouTube, you will see the video. Heavily fatigued, they deliberately displayed their bullets, their guns, loads of it, and they were confident they displayed all of this. It's sad, because I know that they know how to get this guns.
Exactly. I want to ask you this. But when the government want to raise their price, they believe that all of us are right. These people that they said that they tried in court, have you seen any of them?
Yeah, they show some of their faces sometimes.
That's what I'm telling you. Now, I mean, those that they said they should go and die, so they have you seen any of them? And which court? I mean, the same way they tried the Nnamdi Kanu and the whole of the world.
But are you referring to like in live?
Yeah, what are you telling me? Is that not how it's supposed to be? Do you know that all these people that are telling you that were sent to jail, they are sent to die? Tomorrow you will see them on the road and you will even look like they're the worst. Because they didn't show the faces. They didn't show us any of these guys. We are not hearing that the 200 are in jail, 400 are in jail. Where are their faces? Where are they? Where are they? Which reason are they happening? Are they giving them? Did you see any of this? The answer is capital. So why the secrecy? Why the secrecy? Well, when you want to try human rights fighters, you will make it them publish. The whole world will be watching it live. But these people that have committed all the gravity, you still fear them, you still respect them. You don't show their face. So what are you hiding? What exactly are you doing? How can I believe you? Esther, how can I believe you when I cannot verify what you are doing? How? I mean, it's so funny, seriously. Even with what they have done, you know that they find it difficult to expose them, Esther.
But my question is, where are they getting all of this military fatigues? They're fully kitted. You need to see that little 2G cover his face, obviously. Or, I don't know if it's a Nigerian military or a Cameroon soldier, something uniform. They steal that. Some of them are smoking and deliberately display their weapons to show that, like we're in a war, the rebels are showing the government that they can make them weapon for weapon.
They are waiting for official confirmation. Whether it is the Nigerian government.
How? George Bello spoke when there was an IED 3 days ago where 2 officers were murdered.
They are telling these people today. They said that this man has a training camp somewhere in where those men at Boko Haram are training. This is not there in the news. So, what is the Nigerian military? What is the government doing? Esther, the day they will tell the true story of the terrorism, I'm sure some Nigerians will run out of the country because they are going to explore what the truth. This is not the truth. We are just catching India, thinking that we are part of the human race. Every semblance of government have left Nigeria. Nothing is here, nothing. I mean, what else is there better? When we cannot fly on the course, our life is no longer safe. The economy is down. You cannot even practice the so-called democracy you say you are in. So tell me what you are going to hold on to today as an Nigeria. That is from government. Now somebody comes to tell me what I cannot verify. Is that governance? Is that governance that you have the biggest capacity? Is that what does that happen? What does that put on my table? Hold on. What does that put on my table? Others are boasting on their economy. Others are boasting on their GDP. They are boasting on political party. That will tell you how very of ideas this government has become. Very of ideas.
It's quite sad, but the Yoruba elders believe that the administration is doing well and that they need more time to solidify all of these policies across board, and asking that Nigerians should be patient and that Tinubu is the only person that understands how to navigate this difficult terrain and make these difficult decisions.
In 2012, 90% of the people that went for Jota are all from the Southwest. Two of us. 90% of the people that went for Jota to protest against Jonathan and Jesus, they are from the Southwest here. So where are those people now? That they remove some of their Nigerians and see their Indians. When you say somebody, let us see. I have given so many examples here about what I understand about. Reforming is like a renovation of the house. When you are doing it, you have been signed that you are something is happening. In this case now, what is that thing you are reforming that we have not seen? That is my question. What is that thing you are reforming? I will show off one example. One. Is it in politics and form? Friends are telling me.
Alright, Barry, so we're going to take a very short break. When we return, we'll continue from there. This is the evening rush right here on the Voice of the People 19.3 FM. Look at this, stay with us.
Lagos, are you ready for an overflow like never before?
It's the Interdenominational Hour of Revival Lagos at the Ministers, Leaders, and Business Conference.
Hosted by Bishop David Abiogi, get set for a divine encounter with the theme
Exceeding Grace. Grace that breaks limits, grace that lifts you higher, grace that changes your story.
Date, Thursday 25th to Friday 26th June 2026.
Time, 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m.
Alternatives are more expensive than whatever is usual. So, where are these policies working? In what sectors are these policies helping to alleviate a sense of pain or hardship?
It is working in their pockets. Where is that? It is working in their pockets. The facts are there. Because some people actually wonder how a great guy from Colombia 5 million naira and 1.4 billion. The National Assembly, where are you? You should ask him and come for that thing. Why such an amount of money should be missing from the upstream sector and nobody is talking to them? You know what that money can do to a region? If we invest that kind of money in one region in this country, unless we come to paradise, two of us, and you get it to one man who get away with it, and nobody is talking. Friends that tell me, is that how to reform the country? What kind of thing is this? Look at the amount of money we are talking about here. One man, he said you should just bring the office and go away with it. I mean, is that reform? You are reforming corruption and fraud. And this is not all. There are so many others. Please, budget, I don't know whether you are listening to me. Yes, please, help me track. If there is any job in this country today that kind of money has been invested in the last 3 years of the administration. Budget, help me track. If that kind of money has been invested in any region in this country, 5 trillion naira and 1.4 billion dollars. Help me check if there's any place that invested that kind of money. And this is what the actual man do. Go away with it. I'm not talking of the man at the dancing sector. You know, two of them, they resign at the same time. But this one is so high. Esther. And you are telling me you don't have money. How do you justify this Esther for God's sake? For you to allow that kind of money to go away with, or somebody to go away with that means you can't give what you don't have. That means the person giving must have gotten triple or temple that kind of money. For you to allow somebody to go away with that money, then you must be swimming in this money yourself. That is the meaning. And after all, somebody took that 210 confirmed. Because the man who was presiding over this money, they asked him to come and he said he's shocked that they called him. And he's walking about free. And he is walking about free. But since he was that they pursued this matter, as if she had been the only minister of petroleum in the country. Now look at what they are giving away to somebody. Esther, look at what they are giving away to somebody. Just go with the money, go leave that office. And you are telling me you are doing reform. Which reform? Let me see when anybody will come here and tell me that you are looking for money. I'll ask you which one is looking for. Let me see when anybody will come here and tell me that Nigeria have no money. You tell me which money you don't have. If you don't have money, can you embark on this kind of frivolities? 5 trillion naira, $1.4 billion. Somebody should walk away with it.
But the president is saying that very recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said the era of neglect is over. The era of neglect is over, and that he has a listening government, that his government listens. You know, he said his administration will continue to listen, plan, and deliver its promises to Nigerians, declaring that the era of neglected satellite towns in the FCT is over. This was a statement he made during the commissioning of the water supply network to Karu satellite town and its environs. Said one of the projects unveiled to mark the 3rd anniversary of his administration. We recall that Mr. Biananida said very soon they'll begin to display all of the developments of this administration in the past 3 years, which according to them they said is way better than what the previous administration was able to feature in their first 4 years. The president is talking about housing estate. I think that we talked about it last week, where they say it's for low-cost housing across the 36 states of the Federation, and the Southeast Development Commission, the Northeast, the North Central, and all of that. All of those commissions put aside together, also signing deals with the Apapa Port and Tinkan Island stuff. A lot of deals that administrations have been worked on, infrastructural developments, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, the Badagry-Sokoto Highway, and other major roads that Dave Umahi is even saying that it's an upgrade, all right, for this administration, and saying that it was with this administration that is supporting Biafra, because with this administration, that the Southeast has been able to have a sense of livelihood and, a sense of ability to breathe. What's his name? The governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, is also emphasizing in terms of congratulating the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by telling the Southeasterners not to waste their vote in anything they consider to be inevitable or in aligning with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if you're having all of these people support the president, highlight his achievements, say his administration is better, and they're not looking or listening to Nigerians telling you that all of these things are just favor, people are poor, people are tired, then what are we doing?
And let me start from the surface. We are some psychopaths who call themselves governors are breathing. What exactly did you do in the surface? What exactly? That is something you can pinpoint. The gas master plan was the surface not excluded. The real life project was the surface not excluded. Esther. Look at the road network. No, just let them tell me that particular thing that people have done for the service. Nnamdi Kanu that we have been clamoring really this year, young man. He didn't commit more than the terrorists.
So you're saying that in the Southeast, in this 3 years, president hasn't done anything?
Mention it to me.
The AK Obinabu flyover in Enugu State is a 350-meter dual carriage flyover bridge located in Enugu, designed to decongest traffic. New Artisan Bridge, Enugu State, constructed to replace the collapsed structure. Apoha Bridge and Onwege flyover in the same in Ebonyi State, major legacy bridge, which obviously intervention is viewed as part of a broader dualization and rehabilitation of the Trans-Saharan Support Highway. Indibe Beach Bridge, also in Ebonyi State. I mean, these are the aspects, and I think Ebonyi is basically the Umahi State. So he has used this to campaign for the president.
Are these state projects or federal government projects?
Those are what the administration said they did.
Which administration?
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu under the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi. Yeah, so if it's Dave Umahi speaking at all of this, then it's federal government.
You see how they like to do. So state government projects have now brought to federal projects now. By the way, is it the economy that is important here of life? can see deceit of the highest order. Deceit. Eh? Like who told you that our priority is flying over? Eh? Have we finished working on the ground, not to talk of flying? But where is the priority here? No, tell me. You see what they use to deceive yesterday?
So the Minister of Works is saying it's not a state government project, it's a federal government project. Yes. He said federal road and bridge projects in Ipob and across the southeast is reflecting the scale of infrastructure development being undertaken by the president. Also, Mr. Chukuma Sobudu as well is a very close kin of the president. Mr. Alex Oji of Abia State is aligning as well. Mr. Festus Kiamu said that Mr. Alex Oji went behind him to meet the president, that he wanted a full-fledged international airport and not a carriageway airport, a career airport for just goods. He wants an international standard, and he seems the president actually assented to it, approved it. So these are the areas he used to say the president has a southeast at heart. It's not marginalizing or isolating like the previous administration.
What is the cause of the project in the southeast?
In terms of what, sir?
Monetary cost, that is this project that they gave them. I have told you guys that these guys are very clever. That the way they do this thing, they can deceive even devil. I'm not joking. I have told you here that you see infrastructure, that is the easiest way to drop money. When they want to drop money, they will bank on all these white elephant projects.
So the all white elephant projects are not real.
What is really there? Repair the economy. Remove insecurity. They're using Nnamdi Kanu for us. Since you want to, you love the Southeast and Asante. Make the business environment conducive. Because the Igbos, they are very good in business. So what exactly have you done for them? They are building flying. How many motor or how many cars are parked in that flying in a day? All the cars are parked in the owner's house because there's no fuel, no money.
So, I say those roads will not help people to walk past and carry their goods. At least they can move.
Nobody moving anywhere because we not allow them to kidnap them.
In the southeast.
Nobody. So leave all those things. I am telling you, that's what our priority.
First, so you don't want to see anything positive at all.
What is the positive thing I've told you here? Repair the economy. I will see it. I will go to market with 10,000 naira and then come back with the basket of food items. Is that not the way? Or was it not in this country that you and I bought rice for 7,000 and a bag? Yeah. So what happened?
It's not seen as ancient
it can never happen again. That's what they're telling you. That now those days are gone. And that's part of the reform. Esther, that's part of the reform. It is not an elitist country where only the rich will survive. And that's part of the reform. It goes so far that you can't pay the family. So imagine what the point. Now he didn't want to act. What of the one? These are and nobody has which reform. This one that have gone to get this content, it is only the rich here now. Extremely rich. People like with that kind of money, the man will not go and pull up somewhere. They have done so many years. Now come and set up one company here. I will talk to one of the billionaires. And nobody will ask, how did you become a billionaire? How did you become a billionaire? Nobody will ask. With that kind of money, will that man ever be rich? And in fact, 10 generations in the family can never be poor.
Don't suffer for your hand.
No. It is our money, Esther. Don't talk like that.
No, just say I'm just saying.
Yes, now it's our money. Everybody should be interested in that. The National Assembly should give that money. It is too big to be given to one man to one.
Well, that's true. The position he was occupying anyways before his departure in 2025 and the monies he accumulated is very questionable.
Hold on, Esther. Maybe, yes, I understand. It's part of the empowerment program of the since you have empowered empower me.
But he resigns.
I'll wait with the money. It's the private program. Now, give me the same empowerment. Give it to me. I need it. It's our money. That is what I'm saying here. But they will tell you it's part of the reform. Good. That kind of reform, I need it. I need it. What are you telling me? These are issues, Esther. You cannot use our resources to empower your region. And then tomorrow somebody goes, the Southwest, they are well endowed.
But you think the president is selective in empowerment? In what aspect of his region has he empowered, if you even want to be realistic? Because if he's empowering his region, you will not see people of his region begging, complaining about jobs, having unemployment. So I mean, it's all over the place. It's not a selective thing.
Those of them do not know how to connect. Those people will think for work. That's irrelevant to their job. When they get to their job, they will enjoy their lives. You know, here it's not by force.
Comparison, you know that it's not everyone in this team that supports him. They may not come out to speak because the political supporters they drown their voices.
I don't believe anything they are telling me here.
Why don't you believe?
Because what they tell you in the public is not with you. That's not you have it here. Yoruba elders.
But you know it's politics, right? Yes, and like you said, it's only those who are not connected, those who are not benefiting from it. So you can't generalize and say that they are supported. You can't generalize and say that there are certain, most of infrastructural monies or whatever connection is on this region, because you hear that people complain that he actually sidelined them more.
Why can't they come out and protest as the protesters?
Who are those protesting in your state today? You didn't hear about the protesters. There are a lot of them, a lot of them, and most of them are Yorubas. They're not of any other ethnic group.
But when Jonathan is subsidy that will give everybody, they give their cases. Now they are removed that subsidy 3 times. Or you look forever. What happened? Esther, what happened? Those people that protested in Ojota, where are they today? Where are they? All of them have gone into sabbatical. No, that does not make sense to me. Look at what is going on. Yes, no single protest. No single protest.
People are protesting, Paris. I just told you about a protest there. That's the first protest that has occurred.
Those people, maybe they are just angry with themselves. When I say protest, I mean protest. The time that happened at Ojota.
Okay, in 2012.
Yes.
Something of that magnitude that resonated.
Yes, look at the people that came out for that protest. Look at the people that, especially from the Southwest here. Relation Inka, Adeboye, the Jigo of Fiji. All of them came out. Where are they today? Somebody is telling me he's too old to go and protest. Are you serious? Then you should stop collecting that he's too old for it. As well, he doesn't need the money. Yes, now.
I really don't understand. Whether Adeboye comes out to protest or not, what significance is that? What does he need to protest to prove
because
that?
Of the people behind him, the church.
Who says it's not chastising? Who says it's not critiquing?
You should have let the members to protest. After all, there are millions of them. Imagine what will happen if we did call out the members all over the country and say we are going to Abuja over what is going on. You know you cannot do that. He will never. But he was able to do anything like that. Even when nothing was going on.
So, what are you trying to say?
What I'm saying is that this, you see, we already started nepotism and tribalism.
So, are you saying that there is nepotism in Hungary?
I said, we already started it, but this particular government, we have to raise it to the highest height. Nepotism and tribalism. All the facts are there.
Esther, I will tell you that everyone is actually feeling the pain and the itch.
Esther, no, some people are not. Listen, how many times have people extended the tenure of the elected officials from inside custody? How many times? Is it on our agenda? Is it not every time you go to National Assembly so that they can amend the laws to accommodate what you want to do? If you are saying to that the man was allowed to elongate his tenure, or you are elongated his tenure because want you to bring reform in custom. All this while that you are pointing, what was the media?
But Barrister, you know that the president has approved the retirement of 1,516 officers in 2 years in the customs. So you're saying that he's extended the 10 years of certain institutions and these people involved.
Listen very well. That be very careful when you interpret this.
Okay.
Good. From January till now, Tinubu knew that this man will retire. He should have told him to start it so that he could end with his retirement. I mean, so that you will the content of the man that was when now extended it and telling us by 6 months so that it will be what? He will now supervise over the retirement of the people. Esther, everybody that was employed in custom or employed in government agency, they know the date of retirement. It's there in the system.
Yeah.
You don't need to force them to retire. All you needed to do, whenever the time is due, the system will tell you.
Well, it has happened now, Barrister. 1,516 officers nationwide between 2026 and 2027 have been compelled to retire.
Hold on, this is politics. Are you going to force them to retire before that time? Esther, what is the guarantee that this number will be alive? All of them will be alive till that time. No, tell me. From that till that time, you mean nobody will die because of that thing? Either of sickness or whatever. Nobody will die. So are you going to tell me that that number is sacrosanct? You can see how people deceive themselves. You wait until the man's retirement age. You just ease up. You need to tell us that you are going to retire. Are you the one to retire them on their date of employment that will retire them? Esther, does this make sense? And it was this custom man that will supervise over it. I mean, what is he going to do exactly?
So, Paris, I mean, what is currently going on? Do you think now that issues like this have been presented to the US government, Trump, Ryan, one others, will affect anything for 2027? Is still in trouble of whatever kind of the international support because he has allied with whatever recommendations have been given by the US, and there are talks that other deals, including setting up military bases, American military base, already have been sanctioned, approved by the government, yet collaborating with whatever recommendation they gave. So will that elicit support or deny him support?
You can see that I told you here that somebody is blackmailing Nigeria. And some people are going to sell Nigeria, don't remain in power. That is how things are done. By the time they will start these manipulations and blackmail proper, Nigeria will be gone. From a pioneer state to America. All because somebody wanted to bring it out. You saw the 150 million they said in the other time to stop from coming. Is that not true? We discuss it here. Did anybody send a reporter from Atoro? Did they say it is not so that people will not bring out the evidence?
Sure, they haven't said anything.
They will not talk.
Larry Thompson said $150 million
They will not talk.
given to supposedly destroy the whole narrative of Christian genocide and stop Trump's intervention. Direct intervention.
They told you the person, the woman that went to go and supervise over that money first. That was what she went there. Is that one of our callers here? They have more information over there than we do. Because that place is an open society, you don't hide anything. They will tell you that their press is so free. They will focus to everything. That's why they will not talk, because if they talk, they will bring out evidence. Now, with this certificate thing that they are bringing out, all those documents that they are bringing out now, are you telling me that somebody will just overlook it? No. Things are going to happen. And it will not be in the favor of Nigeria. It will not. And so money will be used to cover it. And like I told you, Donald Trump is a G-maker. He's a G-maker. After all, he's not the one that told you to use your money. He will collect it and bring it to America. Yes, he will collect it. And so, it is not good. You see why I'm telling you? Esther, for God's sake, imagine if this man had come into office and started the rally Nigerians will rally around you.
Very true.
Nigerians will say, look, if you do all of us will die.
Bombay Last Africa has killed a doctor and is prompted emergency response in Benue. That is ongoing. Meanwhile, in Lagos today, the police confirmed an explosion. One person was injured at a Lagos market. The Lagos Police Command confirmed that the explosion suspected to have been caused by an improvised explosive device at a commercial area in Kushi. One person was injured in the incident. Mr. Fatai Tijani gave the confirmation today while he was speaking with journalists at the scene of the incident. He says that the police officers, including explosive ordnance disposal experts, were swiftly deployed after receiving reports of the explosion at Kushi, and that the IED was placed under the passenger side of the vehicle. It exploded when the vehicle was started. According to him, one person sustained injuries, was taken to hospital where he's currently receiving treatment and is in stable condition. No additional explosive devices were found after a full sweep of the area. The police commissioner is urging residents and traders to remain calm and continue their normal activities, assuring them that the situation has been brought under control. Barrister, what does this say? We're having explosives planted in passenger seats in Lagos in a market that was targeted and wouldn't catch anybody who placed such an explosive in a market. I think the intention was to have a massive casualty. So what does that mean?
All these ones that are not gathered. Seriously. No intelligence is being gathered.
Are these guys in Lagos? I mean, do you know what it means to put an IED in a market, wishing market, where you have a lot of people trading? So it was designated to have a massive casualty.
Can you not tell what the photo that Lagos is saying? That the one that Lagos is whatever. That's not what the truth was. That's not what the truth was. So the people that did this are the area boys.
Yeah, it was the commercial area. The intention was to target as many people as possible.
But they are deceiving themselves. Lagos is safe. Lagos is safe. Nothing is happening here. When we are shouting here, nobody will listen to us.
Well, I think that
when
there
I shout,
needs to be strategic positioning of police officers across major commercial areas where they know people converge. It's not funny anymore. I don't understand what this means because it's close to home.
Not close, it's already home.
This is home.
It's already home here.
So I'm not finding this funny.
No, that when I told you here, that's why I don't agree with them, Esther, because I know they will not tell you. They will not tell you, Esther. Lagos is safe. That's not in Lagos. Nobody. What is going on now? The people that did this, they can't get that side.
Somebody planted it and let. So I think the plan was for a driver to start the car and it explodes.
So what is the guarantee that they will not go and try it elsewhere? Where they will not cause maximum damage. Esther, you can see now, a whole commercial city. What do you think they are trying to do? To stop people from moving out. Now, when you now say, I don't know what will happen to them, not anything. Of course, to keep commercial activities.
Can you imagine?
Yes,
they placed it under the passenger side of the vehicle. Then when they started the vehicle, it exploded. Everybody's not dead though. They said it was injury. God. They said it was injury. And that the person had been, I'm sure it was a driver who started the car that sustained that injury.
So, what is the guarantee that the person that did this, he will not now do it in a perfect manner and cause maximum damage? Meanwhile, he told us that Lagos is secure. Hence, that Lagos is secure. You can see what is coming into Lagos now. A commercial hub in the whole of West Africa. And this is where Sobol is trying to convert into a financial hub in Africa. Esther. Because it's a seminar where they gather the African finance executive into Lagos. That Lagos is not going to be the hub, financial hub.
Well, I think right now security needs to be utmost and peeped at every look and creep. It's no longer funny. And I don't know if this is politically motivated or what message these individuals of darkness are trying to send, but if anything of such a magnitude happens in this entire nation country.
No. When I was shouting it here, Esther, you know what baffles me? When you raise issues that people should be feeling, they will carry tribalism. You know it never thought. They say, go to your state. You don't know what they tell you, Esther.
Those are cruelty.
Really?
Psychopaths.
Really?
They are not genuine Nigerians.
Now that it's Abuja.
They just want to incite the politics.
Really? Now that it's Abuja, what are they going to say? Go to your state. Leave Lagos again. Don't talk about Lagos. It's okay, we like it as it is. Eh? You talk about their body, you say leave it as it is. You talk about it. No, there's nothing wrong here. Everything you talk about, they say leave it as it is. And things are getting worse by the day. Worse. Yes, they are covering it. Eh? Just don't worry yourself. You know why I'm happy. This rain will fall on all of us.
Sorry, we shouldn't be happy. We shouldn't
Yes,
be happy
now,
at all. We
because
shouldn't be happy. What you call for idiocy. If they're being lackadaisical or playing and thinking it's all politics, it's not funny everyone because it's everywhere now. In Owo today, thank God for the police. There was a kidnapping attempt there in Owo. The police intervened. In Plateau State, the same thing, just between last night and this morning. 20 persons killed just like that. You're having issues happen across the country. And it's a daily occurrence. The other day it was in Edo State. You're seeing nonsense happening all over the place, coupled with domestic violence. I mean, what is going on?
Esther, and they call it reform. The elders said that they agree. In fact, they are comfortable with the reform. All these things are part of the reform, Esther. I can't get it. These are part of the reform that the Yoruba elders validated. These are part of the reform they supported. So, what are you talking about?
It's just like Chukuma Soludo, Dave Umahi, and others thinking they're speaking for the entire South. It doesn't mean the Yoruba elders are speaking for the entire Yoruba.
It doesn't mean they're speaking.
It doesn't mean they're speaking for the entire ethnic group. It's the same way you have some Igbo elders speaking and saying, "Oh, let's do something." Ohana is an Igbo. What's this guy's name? The faction. What's his name? I forgot his name. Isukuzuru speaking on behalf of the entire Southeast by saying, "Oh, we're all supporting you." Or you're having Chukuma Soludo, Dave Umahi, Francis Iwifuru, all of them, supporting the president. Does it mean that they're all speaking for the Southeast?
Nobody has come to counter what the elder said. Have anybody come out to say yes?
A lot of them may not come out to talk. Yes, a lot of them may not come out to talk because most of them who do, their voices are drowned.
So if you don't speak out, how can the problem be solved? Esther, if you don't speak out, how can the problem be solved? Answer me. That you are not speaking and mean that yes, you support what is happening. Is that not the meaning? Yes, now. By now, I have been expecting people in the other organization. When that man is already good, I will be so happy. If God can raise his back, I will pass my I'm not to be Ghani. The firebrand. A man that did not compromise, go to military and civilian. A man that told somebody to his face. You don't have to sacrifice. Who will do that today? Esther, who will do that? Where is that Sholani? Where is the Adebayo? Where is the I'm talking of those who will not take this nonsense. Who will not take it? The Punja Williams, all of them we are taking out. And now we have charlatans. Deceiving everybody. And people are supporting it. I am sorry for all of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take your reaction. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. 1 minute, and then we'll take messages. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Is this Peter?
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. You're the first caller today. Peter, how are you?
Fine. Good evening. Good evening, sir. It's been a while.
Same to you, Peter. Very quickly, please go ahead.
What solidarity is saying that the president is not doing anything, not putting any effort or anything. Because if it was an evil man now that we are not the evil man. Look like
I want to hear you say, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
We see the good thing you're doing, and we are just pleading to fast-track it. Now that is a valid message.
No, you can tell Mr. President. Thank you, President. Thank you for what? Thank you for what? Malawi's government are steadily taking their people home. Zimbabweans are steadily taking their people home. Mozambicans are steadily taking their people home. Our people are asked to leave their homes and come here to be lifted. They sold the little things they have. Their house rent here is monthly. It's not like Nigeria where you pay yearly. They pay house rent here monthly. And so people have told their landlord, bye-bye, I'm not renewing my rent. And they have moved, only to be stranded here. And then they are telling us to thank the government of Nigeria. Why would we thank Mr. Tinubu? For what? They ask people to come out. Even if you have not asked Nigeria to come out, we'll find our way. But you ask us to come out on winter, women and children on winter, and they're here stranded. And the politicians are there in Nigeria, arguing and satisfying themselves. And these people are left here with no hope. And you are telling us to tell Mr. President, thank you. What are we thanking you for? We sent you to go and do the job there. And if you feel that you can't do the job, resign. So that somebody who can do the job will fix Nigeria. A small country like South Africa is holding us ransom because our government does not know what they want. So if Tinubu cannot fix Nigeria, which we have seen, he can't fix Nigeria at home, he cannot help Nigeria understand the gospel. So why do we say we have a government? Then he should resign and allow people who can be able to, because he applied, he paid to apply. He said, please, elect me, and I'm going to serve Nigeria. You are elected, and you are doing nothing. Play that has been arranged, and people have left their home. Then we are stranded here, and you are telling us to thank you for making us to be stranded. Whereas other African countries are already taking their people home.
Of bandits, terrorists, and various definitions of non-state actors. Kidnappings continue to be on the rise, followed by the avoidable loss of lives of innocent Nigerians because of the actions or inactions, as it were, of those in authority. Now, the recent assassination of a retired Army General, Rabi Abubakar, by terrorists and the circumstances that surrounded the return of his body to the Nigerian government may have jolted everyone back to reality, though. And now more questions are emerging regarding what more the security forces can do to turn the tables in the war against insecurity. Well, joining us now to discuss Nigeria's worsening insecurity and possible ways forward is a political risk and security analyst, Dr. Hamza Abubakar Harun. Thank you for joining us here on Newsday, and welcome. Do you make any correlations between the recent economic reforms of this administration and the spike in economically motivated criminal activities such as banditry and kidnapping? That's my first question. The second is, do you make any other correlations between the recent spike in kidnappings and banditry and the increase in election-related campaigning for 2027. Do any of those things have any correlations, and are they being discussed in the security apparatus or being dealt with and looked at?
having looked at or having heard what you have said, actually the issues of insecurity and that has been terrorizing, that has been disturbing, have been in Nigeria. Actually, we need to take Mr. President, Commander in Chief, does say a kudos because ever since he emerged as the president of this country, he has worked tirelessly to see the insecurity end. But I want to tell you vividly, the issues of insecurity, it is not the responsibility of Mr. President alone. It must be a collective decision for meaningful Nigeria to see how they can be able to fight this insurgency despite political tensions, despite some factors that at most of the time they are the ones that trigger this insecurity. And most of the time, most of these insecurity that we are seeing, I will give you, for example, those people have their own syndicate in all parts of the country. Because it's just kind of somebody that you doesn't know, maybe he's with you, and most of the time, most of the recent time, when I had an interface with some of the army personnel, if they are to go on operations, before they are deployed to a desired destination, among them, someone must have informed them that we are coming. Do as much as you can to vanish from those places. So these are the elements that somebody cannot fight with because you are living with somebody that has 2 or 3 faces. So whatever you discuss, before you know, between a blink of an eye, it gets to a public air. Secondly, you take Kasina, it is of recent that His Excellency, Mr. Dekoranda, had an security conference, which serves to see how we can be able to have a remedy because of this insecurity in his state. But to your surprise, before His Excellency ended up that meeting, somebody texted him that we are all aware of what you are doing. So this administration, as I've said earlier, Mr. President is trying its best by placing 2 gentlemen like the federal minister, that's Sofa Musa, is doing good. Likewise, his own counterpart, Bello Matawale, he too is doing well to see how we can be able to remedy this situation. But I have to tell you this, it is not the responsibility of Mr. President alone to tackle insecurity in our state. It is our collective decision. And it is high time that we need to take Nigeria value than any of our interests.
Mr. Smith, hear you. You said his administration is doing well and that the military chiefs are doing well. But then is the heavy reliance on military solutions enough? Or does Nigeria need a broader strategy? Probably combining security, governance, and economic interventions. Could it be maybe a mix of all this that will help us to actually get a solution to the crisis?
But actually, on this other hand, issues of economic reform, I would tell you categorically for free, if there are people that add on to these insecurity insurgencies, there are not any other people than the sitting governors, either within our party or outside the party. You ask me why. The reason here is, Mr. President, he has done all what he could to locate these governors, to give them all their necessary manpower so as they can be able to salvage, to protect the interests or the lives and properties of their desired state. The question here is, what have they done with such resources that has been released to them from the presidency or FD either? They need to go, they need to tell us how they go about it. Because I will tell you for free, ever since Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerges as the president of Nigeria, there's not any governor single, you call me anywhere, there's not any governor that have not collected nothing less than 1.8 trillion naira from the oil subsidy. This money, what have they done with it? if they should be able to utilize those money properly, issues of insecurity, issues of kidnapping, issues of whatsoever you can term it, it will become a history and it will become an event of past.
Are you saying, Dr. Harun, are you saying that the governor's inability to appropriately spend the money that they are being given is the cause of insecurity? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yes. Oh yes. All those monies that are not released to them, they are money that is meant for the welfare for their own state. And what is the welfare when you don't have peace? And what is the welfare when you are afraid? What is the welfare when you can no longer trust a stranger? So all this, what I'm saying here is, the state governors, Mr. President has done his own, and he tried as much as he can. You see, he has the local government autonomy. These people came together. They gang up against him. They say no. The local government fund should come through them. And that was the reason you see all this kind of thing is happening. If they should use those monies that were sent to them properly in terms of education, infrastructure, agriculture, security, believe you me, issues of security will have become a history.
Well, I mean, some Nigerians argue that insecurity has been politicized. So I'm wondering how security issues can be separated from political interest. You know, from what you're saying now, it seems you're pointing fingers at the governors. And I'm not going to say you're wrong, but then what I do know and what the president himself has admitted in the past is that the buck stops at his table. So are we still not playing politics, throwing fingers instead of seeking solutions and actually safeguarding the lives of Nigerians who are innocent parties in this, but they are the ones that are actually suffering the effect of this bad governance, whether at the state or federal level, whichever one you want to call it. But we need a solution, and we know that the buck stops at the president's table. How do we separate politics from security and actually take action?
Oh, that's right. Actually, for us to have a solution to this is, I have said it earlier, prior to my preamble, I said we have to take Nigerians' value beyond our common interest. When I said beyond our common interest, I mean either ethnicity, religious, political, you understand? All these are factors that may likely trigger or that may likely use, you see, to identify these issues of insecurity. And what I want to tell you categorically, I have been saying here is that there are a lot of people that have made these banditry issues their own venture making money. You ask me, these people, if they kidnap someone, they normally use motorcycle. Does the motorcycle use water? No. The motorcycle use either gas or petrol. Where do they have access to something? There are some indicators or syndicates either in virtually most of the places. That was the reason to fight these kidnappers, to fight this insurgency. It is very difficult, or whosoever you want to fight, because it is not going to be a kind of a front war where you're going to confront your enemy, because it's a situation whereby it's just a kind of a chameleon fight, where those your enemies you want to attack or that you want to target, they are with you. So what I'm saying here is, for this to have a very lasting solution, we have to take Nigeria as a country that all of us must protect. We have to take Nigeria as a country that is beyond our common interest.
What do you make of state security, state police?
Actually, the issues of state police, it is a nice idea, but on the other hand, it is not. Because basically, when you approve a state police or police leader, the governors will be the one to have control. They will have a total control over it. And we have seen a lot of places when they were governors, like somebody like former governor of Kaduna State, Malam El-Rufai, because he was so intoxicated with the wind of power. He publicly said there is no any an elderly statesman in the whole of North. They are the old statesman to tell you how these people misuse or abuse such position given to them. So if they can be able to draw the interest, they can only use those state bodies for the purpose of the state to bring improvement, to grow, to bring economy, to bring education, to bring...
This is from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no longer them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipob massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I battered me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I battered me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. But the way you go like a Papa Nuku. But then when we go Niro, me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi Samiro, me tell you what I day. For me the front and the rest of man, I tell you what I do. Me know that you come to tell them
heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes for other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart. They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ipob massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm following you.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause we to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me.
be a free. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
It's like I'm looking at